As you guys know, we've been working with Prime XBT for a long time. If you want to support Trader Main and all this free, awesome content that I put out for you guys every single week on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, the best way to do that is to sign up to Prime XBT using the link in the description of this video. Sign up, then enter the code MAIN50 into the promo box. That will get you up to a 7% deposit bonus. And then deposit some money and start trading with me. If you want to support me, you want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. If you guys watched my last video, my editor put a ton of work into that. He went through hundreds of hours of streams to answer the most frequently asked questions that I get. What is a breaker? What's a swing failure pattern? What is market structure? What is an order block? Risk reward? All of these common questions that I get over and over and over again, and I've answered countless times across various streams. He has gone in and compiled them all into one video. The video is only like 10 minutes long. I highly suggest you guys watch that one. So if you have basic questions about concepts I talk about on stream, I'm gonna direct you guys to that video going forward, just like I have with the order block video. Go watch that last video and sign up to the Prime XBT link and deposit some money. Let's get into it. So we posted this on October 13th. We posted this breaker here. What is a breaker? I'm glad you asked. Go watch that YouTube video, you fucking lazy bastards. We posted this breaker here because we had this move happen. We took out basically every single low has been run. All of these lows have been run, every single one, except for June's. So except for June's low here, every single low in this entire consolidation has now been traded below at some point. This is now the lowest low right here that we just made relative to this. So anyone who was long any point in time over the last 3 and 4 months, unless their risk was here, they've effectively been stopped out. Every low has been hunted except for one. So we had this big run on a low here. Stonks also ran a big low, and then we saw a pop. And what happened on Twitter? The bull runs back on. That was the bottom, blah, blah, blah. People flexing in hindsight, their calls, whatever. I kept it pretty simple. I mean, listen, I aped in on this candle. When I saw us running this low, I started aping in. When I saw the hourly closed as an SFP here, I started longing a little. So I started longing a little, and I closed most of my long that I took here up here. I didn't catch this last little pop here, and I have no shame in saying that. What was the logic for longing here? Degenerate, right? I knew that this was a key high time frame low. We closed as an SFP. I did not go on the low time frame and fucking look for bullish market structure. I literally just aped. It was a bit of discretion. It was a bit of degeneracy, but I saw that even on the 5-minute chart, even on the 5-minute, it SFP'd that low. That was enough for me to at least enter some size, because now I know I'm wrong below here. Right? So very easy, tight invalidation. I rode this move up, and then we had this big move up here. And then right around the time of that big move, I basically made couple of posts. The first post was, I don't think you want to chase this. I said, I think you're better off waiting for a pullback right here. So again, what happened here? I mean, pretty good timing, right? Bears getting fisted. This the Pico top of the move. Bears getting fisted. I think if you didn't long earlier, I'd probably wait for a pullback. What do you think the comments are under this tweet? Can you guess what the comments under a tweet like this might be? Oh no, Main missed the bottom, or blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, just foolishness. Really, foolishness. Oh no, we're going up. You should have longed already. No pullbacks, blah, blah, blah. I told you guys, don't chase the move, right? If we had this strong of a move and we're gonna see continuation, very high likelihood that you get a better entry than chasing the breakout. Then I posted, after saying don't chase the breakout, I then posted the breaker chart, right? So I said, hey guys, here's why I actually think the area you should long would be. Don't chase the breakout. I think you wait for a pullback into here. What are the comments under here? You're not going to get that pullback, blah, blah, blah. Guess what happens? We get the pullback. We come back to that breaker. We fill in the breaker. I ended up getting long. What are the comments here? I'm short now. I don't think you should long. What I'm trying to say is everyone is dumb except for me. And some of you, because you watch my videos, and some other people on CT, but most people are just dumb, sheep, smooth brain apes, right? When it's pumping, they're piling into the breakout. When it's dumping, they're shorting into support. And it was picture perfect. Go through all of these tweets and look at the comments here. You're not going to get the pullback. When we get the pullback, we're going lower. I'm short. When I tell you I'm longing, oh, I'm short, get wrecked, blah, blah, blah. Some guy, like, I posted that I got long here. It pulled back a little bit. And he's like, ouch, like you got wrecked. And it's up even more today. So if there's any retest at all, it's almost like scripted. Right? It's almost scripted. It's too easy. I can write the comments myself. So anyways, posted the breaker here. And I said, listen, I want to look for reasons to long here. Because if we're going to continue, if we're going to go higher from here, this seemed like the logical area, in my opinion, for the higher low. So you have a few pieces of confluence here. You have the breaker, right? So this is the up candle before the down move that took out a low. When we come to the other side of it, it's an opportunity to long. However, if you would have put your stop right below the breaker, you're getting stopped out. You guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, I generally don't enter just based on the breaker alone. I like to go on the low time frame and look for a low time frame setup. We also have, this is your range, this low to this high. We also have the 50% EQ right here, right? So the mid-range. So we didn't get that super deep, 61.8 to 78.6 pullback, but we did get a very nice 50% pullback lining up with my breaker. Now I'm turning my mind to bull mode. What am I doing? I'm saying, okay, I'm going to go in on the lower time frames now, and I'm going to look for reasons to get long in this zone. That's the whole point of the top-down analysis. What's my bias? Okay, I'm looking for longs. Where am I looking for and why? Okay, 12-hour breaker, 4-hour breaker, 50% pullback, EQ of the range, boom, boom, boom. Now when I'm on that low time frame and I'm looking for the actual entry, I've now eliminated any sort of short setups that I might see. My bias, based on that top-down analysis that I just did, is bullish. Therefore, I am looking for bullish setups. If I just dropped this chart on you here and said, get a trade without any context, you're going to be like, well, I don't know. Like, should I be longing here? Should I be shorting? You need that high time frame context. If you saw that the preceding trend was down and you're bearish, okay, now I'm going to be looking for reasons to be bearish here. Or in our case, the preceding trend is bullish. We're looking for a long for the reasons I just stated. Now, when I'm on this low time frame, it's no longer just noise and chop. I have a purpose. I'm looking for something specific. I always liken this to sniping. You're a sniper. You guys all play Call of Duty and whatnot, right? First, I start off with the binoculars. These are binoculars, by the way, guys. This is the international sign for binoculars. First, binoculars. I'm surveying the landscape. That's your high time frame, right? What am I even looking at? I've got a view of the landscape. Okay, now I'm looking at this building, right? Okay, I'm looking at this building. Now I've zoned in. I've gone from the weekly chart to the daily. Now I'm just looking at the building. Now I'm looking at the second floor. Now I'm taking out the sniper and I've got the scope out. And I'm looking even lower. Okay, I'm looking at the second floor. Now I'm just looking at a window, right? And then you're zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. Boom, target acquired, right? You know exactly what you're looking for. Now that I started at the binoculars and I've worked my way to the second floor window of that building, I'm just waiting for that head to pop up. Bean shot every time. Every time. And in this instance, I'm zooming into my execution time frame and I'm looking for one of those fractals, one of those setups that I trade. What are those exact setups I'm looking for? It's on the chart right now. If you look at it, if you're looking closely, it's on the chart, potentially in this fucking area. So hopefully that analogy makes sense. I think it was pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was a pretty sick analogy. Pretty proud of myself. Just came up with that off the top of my head. So breaker, boom. High time frame bias, looking for longs. Look at the H4 here. Is there a setup here? I see an H4 SFP at the EQ within the breaker. That seems like a decent setup to me, right? Enter on the candle close. There's your stop. This is the exact setup I took. My entry wasn't quite this good. My exact entry is 19,108 and my stop is literally right below this low. That's my exact setup. And I just explained exactly how I got to there, starting all the way at the high time frame, right? So H4 SFP. What else do you have here? You have a break in market structure. You have a pullback into this H4 order block. Down candle before the up move that broke market structure. Pull back. There's your fill. Maybe you don't enter on that candle. Maybe you enter on the next one. But regardless, high time frame OB, high time frame mid-range, bullish market structure on the H4, lining up with that potential higher time frame, higher low, right? Because what we're hoping for is low, high, higher low, higher high. That's what we're hoping for. So if that's what I'm hoping for in the high time frame, I need to see the low time frame sync up with that. What other setups are available here? Do you see any? Go down to the hourly. Hourly SFP. Boom. Right at our point of interest. Here's a great example here. This is a bearish SFP. This is a bullish SFP. Why did the bullish SFP play out like this and the bearish SFP not play out? Context. Knowing that this is an SFP is only one piece of the puzzle. Without context, this is meaningless because a bearish SFP into support, when you're looking for a high time frame high or low and you're bullish, a bearish SFP is something you want to ignore because that's not in line with that high time frame bias. You're zoomed in on your scope and you see a goat walking fucking over here. You're going to queue out and look at that goat? No, you're waiting for the headshot in the second floor window, right? We're ignoring this. Why does this end up giving us the result we're looking for? Because it's one of those setups that I like, but it's in line with that high time frame context. The top-down analysis, it's at the area of support I'm looking for. I'm bullish for good reason that I've laid out. Blah, 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 fucking blah. Bob's your uncle. So again, the hourly, multiple setups given. There's the SFP, hourly bullish order block. There's another hourly SFP. We're now in an uptrend on the hourly. You can be longing pullbacks into hourly OBs. There's a variety of different entries here, and you can go as low as you want because within this gray box, all you need to know is that you're looking for reasons to get long. However you decide to do that, and whatever setup you want to take to get into that trade, that part is up to you. But knowing that this is where we're looking for longs, that does so much of the work for you and makes your life so much easier. And what used to appear as just noise is now a very defined area where you're looking to do business. So that's a lot of preaching and a lot of yelling, but I think that was a very valuable fucking rant. Okay, so we got the setup, we moved away. If you entered the trade how I entered it, you at the very least should have taken some profit by now. We hit 2 or 3R. You got to take a little bit off the table. Where's my first target? Bearish order block here. 4.5R, 4.3R. Already tagged. Still currently up 3.8R. I posted in Discord. I said, listen, I gave you the setup. Top down. I gave you the setup. I gave you the entry. It hit my first target. At this point, how you want to manage the trade is up to you. I don't really care. I can't trade for all of you. I'm not going to tell you and update my every single fucking move, right? I might wake up in the middle of the night tonight and market close. Who fucking knows, right? I don't even know. But 4R offered on a platter with just my setup. There's setups on the lower time frame here where you could have entered with this as your risk. Low time frame SFP, why not? Double confirmation here. Ran this low, broke above, ran another low. That's an even tighter setup. So the money's been made. I've already paid myself a piece and I've already put my stop to break even. So I'm paid and I'm risk-free at this point. I'm not really going to update the step-by-step anymore. That's up to you what you want to do. But as much as this has been choppy and shitty for the last little while, you bang out one of these a week, that's a literal career. I know it sounds crazy. If you're able to get 4%, right? If you're risking 1%, you get a 4-hour trade in the week, you're up 4%. If you can even do that twice a month, if you can make 8R a month, compounding over time is a fuck ton of money. What investments are giving you 8% a month? Not a lot. And I know everyone's like, oh, like I'm 50R a month. Most of those people are fucking lying to you. Like a 4X trader, if they're able to get fucking 10R in a month, 10% growth, that's crazy. Consistently, right? So even though it's been choppy, very nice setup offered here, all in advance in the Discord. And again, if you want to get in the Discord, use the Prime link in the description, deposit some money, send me a DM and let me know that you've done that and I will get you in. Okay, so what do I think is gonna happen for Bitcoin now? Looking at this chart on the H4, looking on the H1, we're just consolidating here now. What way is this gonna break? I hope this just continues up. I don't really want another pullback. I would much rather this goes up because if we pull back, we could run all of these lows, right? And make a higher low down here or something. I don't know. I would rather we just break up from here and then I would target the range high at 20K. That would be the next area of interest for me is a move above here and then see what happens. We're in this, muck of a range still. Like if you take your range from like here to like here, still choppy and gross, but the range high is pretty clear, right? Like for the last month, we haven't really traded above 20K for any significant period of time or below this kind of 18, 500 area for a significant period of time. So we're still near the mid-range. I'm taking along near the mid-range. If we continue up, go to the range high. If we trade back down, let's see what happens at the mid-range. If we start closing below the mid-range here, maybe we go back to the range low. But until I get excited about a big move, we really got to see some sustained strength above here or a breakdown and a high time frame close below here. Sustained strength above 20K. I think we can talk about a move above this high towards 23,000. Need to show strength above 20 to get that opportunity. If we break down here and have strength below 18,500, right? Next target, June's low, which is about 17,500 or so. You can't see it on the chart here. That would be the next and the first initial target, and then probably even lower, to be honest with you. Extension through that low probably takes us below 17. So in terms of like high time frame direction, still very much choppy, very much sideways, very much ugly. Want to see some sort of trend form, whether it's up or down, I don't even care at this point, just to bring back some volatility, right? At least earlier in this range, we had some decent sized moves here. This has been kind of whack in the meantime. So we'll wait and see what happens. High time frame directionally, that's kind of my thoughts. Again, low time frame, I got to see, you know, it's only Monday, but I would prefer continuation here. I don't really want to see a big pullback back to my fucking entry. Maybe we get a little bit of a pullback, right, into here. Something like that I could see. Back into these highs here. A little dip below, stop out some late longs, and then continue. But ultimately, I'd like to see price go up more. You know, if I get stopped out on the trade, I'm stopped out, and I'll wait and see what happens. You know, we could pull back deeper if we get some sort of move back into the breaker. I don't like it as much on a second touch. If we were to deviate below here and do some sort of failed breakdown below 19K, then sure, I would get back involved, right? This kind of PA. Failed breakdown, sure, I'd get back involved, but I don't like it nearly as much on the second tag. I would much rather see us either just go up from here or maybe a small pullback and then targeting 20K. So we'll wait and see what happens here. See how these next few candles close, that kind of thing. But that's kind of my plan for Bitcoin, okay? Let's look at Ethereum. This is the previous all-time high. We have this very obvious SR test. This is the most obvious SR retest of the entire chart here, the daily. I mean, that's about as clean as it gets. So pretty tight range, right? Wouldn't you say? Like, we're effectively right in the middle here of this range, diddling around in the fucking middle of this range, similar to Bitcoin. So you know how I mentioned on Bitcoin above 20K, below 18,500? This is the equivalent range there, right? So above 1424, so a reclaim of that previous all-time high. Absolutely. Let's start talking about 15 to 1600 on Ethereum. Let's talk about a move up to there. Below this kind of 1200 level, I think we trade back into this consolidation here. So you could add another level around here, trade above here with strength. I think a move up into here at the very least, and potentially even up above here. But this would be target 1, target 2. Below here, I think we probably trade back towards this range low, around $1,000. You could draw the mid-range here, I guess, which would be what, 1100? That would be similar, right? Target 1, target 2, target 1, target 2. That would be kind of my thoughts. But for now, choppy, shitty, not the best PA. Again, you want to get long? I think you probably either wait for a move with strength above here, or you wait for a failed breakdown below here. Would be the two opportunities in my opinion. You want to get short? Again, break down here with strength, or a failed breakout above here, right? Those would be the two short opportunities. Right now, looking at this chart on the daily, we're kind of in the mid-range, no man's land. There's no trade for me here. No clear direction, no clear bias. I'm leaning towards up based on my thoughts on Bitcoin, the dollar, and equities and things like that, but not going to force a trade, right? I'm already making money on Bitcoin trade. I'm already risk off. I don't need to force a trade on Ethereum now. But we're kind of right in the middle of this range here. If you really want to do this, you could say, okay, here's your range here as well, your previous range, and then here's your current range. So we're trading in this range. Lose the mid-range, we trade back into this range, right? Lose here, boom, boom, right? That would be kind of the thought process there. But for now, no setup for me on Ethereum. It did the same thing. Obviously, Ethereum is still trading higher than Bitcoin relative to the initial dump, right? Here's the initial dump on Ethereum. We're trading here, whereas Bitcoin, we're trading a lot closer to that June low. So strength in FBTC is the answer to that, right? But again, ran a big low here. So we ran a big low. You could zoom in. You could absolutely find a setup here just the same, right? There's your breaker. Zoom in. Is there a setup in here that tickles your fancy? Not as clean as Bitcoin. This is not an SFP, right? But what is this? I talk about this exact setup in that last YouTube video. Is this not a very clear over-under? Low, lower low, higher low, right? Is that not one of the setup fractals that I always discuss as well? It's not always SFPs, it's not always order blocks, it's not always over-unders. There's a variety of them that I look for. But again, why is this relevant? Because of the context. Where's it happening? Key high time frame low run, 12-hour breaker, looking for a move to the upside. That's where the fractal forms on the low time frame. That's when you can bang it and have a higher probability of being right. Okay, so again, similar to Bitcoin, struggling a little bit here. I want to see continuation. The target is here. If we get a move up here and we break out, target is here. Again, similar to Bitcoin, we could see a little bit of a pullback into here first, but ultimately I'm hoping for 1424, which is that previous all-time high level. Let's look at DXY. So like I said here, DXY is coming into support, but we came just shy of my target here. So I had this weekly level drawn on DXY. I posted this weekly order block. I said, listen, we're gonna bounce here. There's no doubt in my mind. This is a high time frame bounce level. October 4th, we came in, we tagged it. What happened on Bitcoin on October 4th? Right there. Is this not just the inverse of the dollar chart? Tag the high, completely retrace the move. I posted the dollar chart and I said, we are gonna bounce from this zone. There's the top on Bitcoin right here, the bottom on the dollar. So what I said though is this is a high time frame level. If we're going to continue up, we're going to bounce here. There's the bounce. And then I said, what we want to see as a bull is this be a lower high. You pull your fib out right into the OTE, potential lower high zone. We also have very clear SFP here. Boom. I like this as a potential lower high. Nice SFP. And we just broke market structure here to the downside just now. So what I'm really hoping happens here is this. This is what I want to see. I do not want to see the dollar trade back above here, obviously. The dollar trades back above here. Bitcoin is going back to 18,000 and possibly lower. I don't think if it gets back above this X, Bitcoin is going to June's low. It's taken out that 17.5K low, in my opinion, because it's not going to trade above this X and not take out this high. But what we're hoping is that, okay, SFP, break in market structure, lower high. I now want to see this continue down and potentially even put in a lower low. So if Bitcoin's going to go to 22, 23K and we're going to have that upside breakout that I've been talking about, we need to see this continue to roll over. So that's what I'm watching on the dollar right now. I'm watching for wherever this little pump goes. I want to see this reject and make another low, at least down towards 110 to 111, at least down to here. This is what needs to happen for Bitcoin and crypto and equities to remain bullish. Let's look at equities now. We're still battling around June's low here. Okay, still battling around June's low here. We took a long on this move, got out at resistance, came back below June's low, big SFP down here, and now we're back above it, and this looks quite bullish. This looks more bullish than Bitcoin does right now. So we rejected this area on the first tag. You had a breaker set up here as well, over under as well, very nice over under. You also had a breaker play here, I believe the H4 right here, boom. Beautiful breaker setup right there. We're now coming into resistance, but this is resistance that we've already tagged here. So again, I want to see the dollar continue to trade lower if these things are going to continue to trade higher. So even if this pulls back a little bit, if we come up and we consolidate in this order block here, I don't think it holds. And I do think we will get a continued breakout up into these highs here. 3,800 to 3,850 would be my target if we sustain strength. But we need to see that dollar turn back down. If the dollar continues to go up, this is going to pull back. Crypto's going to pull back, okay? Personally, as long as we're above June's low, I want to be looking for the potential of some sort of bear market rally. Like, that's what I'm hoping for here. I still think this goes lower, but I would love one of these. And we absolutely can have a big bear market rally, still make a lower high after making a lower low, and then trade lower. But that's the hope for Bitcoin to go higher, for ETH to go higher. Dollar has to turn around. These things have to keep going up. So maybe this is just your deviation here and we get a decent rally. I would absolutely love a rally towards 3,900 to 4,000. That would be great. Some sort of move up like this, right? And then back down. That would be killer because we could make a killing on the way up here, short the living hell out of it, make a killing on the way back down. That would line up with October, midterm rally, all that shit. What I don't like is how fucking weak crypto is. Everyone was worried about the correlation. The correlation doesn't exist. The correlation is this. First of all, fuck you. Okay. Second of all, the correlation's always been there. It's had varying degrees of strength, right? But at the end of the day, it's been lockstep. For the most part, however, crypto has been the higher beta of the two. So when we had the COVID bottom, SPX went up from the COVID low to the high 100%. Bitcoin went up from the COVID low to the high 15 times that. So it's been the more reflexive asset. And so that goes both ways, like a bisexual, okay? When stocks would rally, Bitcoin would rally harder. 1 or 2% up day on stocks, 3 to 5+% in Bitcoin. And on the reverse, a 2% down day on stocks, 5, 6, 7, 8% down day on crypto. But crypto's been so dry for volatility, so fucking weak sauce. Stocks are up almost 1% already today, leading into tomorrow, like the futures. Crypto's down. Stocks went up 2% yesterday. I think Bitcoin was up 1%. So stocks are now being the higher beta, more volatile asset. So as much as the correlation still very much here, very, very clear, the correlation is still here, okay? You cannot tell me that these things are not correlated just looking at the charts. Very fucking similar movement, almost fucking identical. But stocks have been more volatile. That's annoying. What is all this shit? Fuck it, we're doing it live. I haven't solved time travel yet, but I will. It's on the list right after the SFP video is inventing a time machine, in that order. These are binoculars, by the way, guys. This is the international sign for binoculars. I'm dropping heat right now, okay? First fucking stream back from Europe, I'm dropping absolute fuego. That's fire in Spanish, because I was in Spain. Maine in Spain is mainly insane. And your boy is a little bilingual. He's a little trilingual, actually. Guten Tag. Bonjour. Proper 12. Je parle français aussi. That means your mom's hot in French. Get fucked? Come on, man. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT! Because I gotta suck my own dick a little. I just said it. Hold your horses, boys. I hope no one is stealing your nuts. Can I explain what an order block is? Can you suck your own dick? If you can do that, I will explain to you what an order block is. Report back to me with how that works out for you. That's gross. I'm not even gonna try, bro. Can you explain in more detail how to use multiple time frames? Absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here with that question. Jesus Christ. Can you please compile all the charts and knowledge into one separate video? Jane, fuck you. I don't know if you're joking. I hope you are. Otherwise, go fuck yourself. First of all, how dare you? Bro, I'm 30 and poor. Vin, you've been saying that you're 30 and poor for at least the last 6 months. It means, what are you doing? Because I see you in my streams every week, bro. What are you doing? When will you do the $5,000 giveaway that you messaged everyone on Telegram about? I deposited $50 like requested. Thanks. Well, Daniel, I hate to break it to you, but you're getting scammed. That was not me. Sorry about your loss of $50, bro. Come on, man. I'm sorry, bro. Oh. Thank God I just had a vacation and I have another one coming up soon. Do you use KuCoin or FTX for leverage trading? I use Prime XBT, man. The sponsors of this video. And you should sign up to Prime using my link in the description and deposit some money on there and follow me and get super duper rich. Not financial advice, no guarantees, obviously. Anyways, I think I've said enough